It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today's beer is from Cold Shelter Brew Co. And it's a can of the Imperial Ironfoot Anniversary Ale, double dry hopped IPA, double IPA at 8.4% ABV. Now, let me get the beer out and I'll tell you the story as to why I stumped down on this. I bought this. It was £8. It wasn't cheap, but I went for it because I just sort of like, it was one of those moments in life where my ears pricked up and I was listening to somebody else's conversation and I went, right, I'm having it. We'll get into it in a moment, but let me get it out first into a glass and see what we get. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. He looks like a god, doesn't he? Everything about this beer is like pure fantasy wonderland. And I wish more beers were like it. Here's the beer in the glass. It's a one finger white head. Hazy, straw coloured beer, and my goodness me, I just got the beer close to my nose then, a little bit, and wow, the aroma on the beer. We'll get to the aroma in a moment, but I just want to see if there's any sediment here in the bottom of the glass. There isn't. There isn't. But wow, look at this. Rocking the beer back and forth, you can see the carbonation chasing the head of the glass. I'll be able to show you that more in a moment, but let's get the aroma on the beer. Oh, wow. Wow, I haven't been this excited for the New England IPA for such a long time. Oh, it's rampaging. Like a rampaging monster. Rampage. Remember that computer game from the 1980s with the big monkey and the other, I think it was a lizard, wasn't it? Climbing up the side. Your job was to smash down buildings. Brilliant. Oh, the hops in this beer are like off the scale, off the chart. It's grapefruit, it's orange beer, it's passion fruit, it's mango, it's kiwi fruit, it's everything that you could ever want from a New England IPA. And more. The aroma is so pungent. Tin pineapple, grapefruit. I've steered clear from this style of beer for such a long time now because I was just sick to death of it. But when you return to it, after having such a long time away from it, you do realise why this beer style is so popular. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh! Stone the crows. Stone the crows. The excitement is back for New England IPA. Wow, I never thought I'd say that on the channel. Oh my goodness me, that is terrific. That is immense. That is just incredibly dribbling. Incredible beer. Oh. £8 a can, have my money. Have my money for this. This is just... It's so good, it's so drinkable, it's so smooth, the mouthfeel is so creamy and rich, everything about it. There's nothing pulling you in a single direction. There's nothing pulling you over here, or pulling you over here, or pulling you up here. It's all just working in a synonymous, like one of those tiny engines that you see. You know when you watch a television adverts about electric cars, and sometimes they'll break down the engine and there's little tiny cogs all spinning round together, and if one of those cogs was to break, the whole thing would just blow up, you know it would. Everything's just working in tandem. All of these little clocks, all of these little cogs in the clock are working perfectly together. From the malt, to the hops, to the yeast, to the water, to the mouthfeel, to the amount of oats that they've added to the beer. I can't get across enough. I can't put it into words how perfect this beer is. How perfect this beer is. I went down to... I had a holiday in Cornwall, and I stayed at a place called St Agnes. And I had, my local bar was a Verdant bar, so I was going there quite a lot, and I was drinking their beer and enjoying their beer. But I can quite easily say this is better. This beer here is better. This beer here is unbelievably good. You get a little bit of heat from the alcohol. You get a little bit of kind of that 8.4% ABV comes through. A little bit of heat, a little bit of warming as the beer slides down the throat into the pit of the stomach. It's just purely brilliant. There's a little bit of heat from the hops. It's not too much heat. You know there's a lot of hops in the beer. The malt is perfect. Everything's in balance. Everything's in balance. Everything's just doing this. It's just brilliant. And I'm going to tell you this story now. So I did the pubs and bars of Caerphilly exactly a week ago today. If I post this in the next few days, then ignore my exactly a week ago today, because I'm filming it a week later. I might publish the video a few days in the future. But I finished off in a bar called Dark Elements Brewco. It was a brewery, bar, bottle shop type place. And I went in, doing my usual, hey, it's Oktoberfest, and I knew they had Oktoberfest on, and I started drinking Augustiner Weiss beer, and I bought a load of Augustiner Dunkels for the train journey back home, and just indulged myself in the Oktoberfest event. And then these two chaps came in over my shoulder. They walked to the bar and they said, "Do you have any Imperial Ironfoot?" And immediately my ears just went bong. Now I thought it was going to either be a barley wine or an Imperial Stout. Imperial Ironfoot. It just sounds good, doesn't it? So immediately my interest was like perked. I was like listening to these guys and they were like, yeah, there's still some left in the fridge. So as these boys ordered their beers and paid for their cans and wandered off, I went and had a look at the fridge, and I went in and I found, and I went, oh my, yeah, look at this, yeah, look at this. And I did the whole like excited, because let me be honest with you, I've reviewed now thousands and thousands and thousands of beers. I can't even, I think maybe we've done something like 11,000 videos on the channel. And please forgive me for this, but it's a bit like riding a bike. For the first time you learn to ride a bike, it's exhilarating, it's amazing, it's fantastic, and you love riding a bike. But then over time, it just becomes riding a bike. And that's kind of what has happened here on this very beer channel. I've drank 11,000 beers and reviewed lots of different foods. And it's all become a bit like, you know, I know what I'm doing, I know what to say, blah, blah. And, you know, you don't want me to not be honest with you, do you? What's the point of me standing here and not being honest? You know, I'll call a good beer, I call a bad beer, but generally, the excitement levels for a beer left me a long time ago, if I'm honest. I still love drinking beer, but the excitement levels kind of like waned a long time ago. But this was one of those rare occasions where the excitement levels were back, they were through the roof, and I couldn't wait to review it, from the picture on the label to the name of the beer. I think Cold Shelter brew at, I think they contract or they kind of sort of like share the Dark Elements Brewery. Yeah, but I just got super excited with this, and the beer's not let me down. The beer has not let me down at all. The beer is absolutely wonderful. Stone the Crows. If I had more fingers, I'd give it more of a rating. But I'm going to give it 10 out of 10 because I only have 10 fingers. That's a 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please check out this beer. It's phenomenal. Comment in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.